Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Jed McKay, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Hello, kids. Welcome back to another week of Marvel Tales, our last Hawkeye week for now. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, the old ally himself. It is
Justin the Owl swooping back in to talk about the Purple Archer.
All right, kids. That's right. This time we're going to talk the first 5 issues of Matt Fraction's Hawkeye run from 2012.
Yeah.
In
Great
the before
stuff.
time.
The before times. Yeah. Happier days for Hawkeye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, this is after Secret Invasion, right? So Mockingbird, still, I'm back among the living. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're not together, but yeah. Like,
Yeah,
that was
he
so
doesn't
weird.
have that whole guilt hanging over his head in this. Yeah.
We should do a couple specials on that. Just like, oh yeah, she got killed off at the end of the West Coast Avengers. Oh wait, no, that was a Skrull.
That was a Skrull. Just kidding.
Again,
Can you imagine how pissed off that Skrull is?
Yeah. Oh yeah, stuck in hell.
Yeah. Battling for eternity. Yeah.
Oh, Lord, yeah. What? I'm not her. We don't care.
Worst assignment ever.
Oh my Lord. That's what I said. I've said it before. I admire their restraint. I thought they were so gonna use that to retcon the Hank Pym backhand, and they did not.
With Yellow Jacket. Yeah.
They did not. They kept that there.
Yeah.
Oh, I think when April Fool's, Lilith and I we were saying we were thinking about doing like pretending we were doing a Hank Pym show, and it was gonna, the name of it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Keep your Pym hand strong.
We did a couple of episodes on Hank Pym last year, didn't we? When Quantum Mania was coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did the first Hank Pym appearances before he was Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm. All right, so should we get to these issues?
Yes, Hawkeye 2012.
That's right. All right, so Hawkeye Volume 4. Okay, so this is the next volume after the one. Wait, is that the? Yes, this is the last volume after the one we did last episode.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it took a few years to get the next volume of this, huh? Although 2012, that's after the Avengers movie, so I'm sure that
makes sense that they were. Yeah, we gave them a little boost.
All right, so yeah, Hawkeye Volume 4, Number 1 from October 2012. Lucky, a Clint Barton Hawkeye adventure. Writer Matt Fraction, penciler David is it David Aja or Asia? Because I've seen the spelling before and people pronounce it Asia, so I'm not sure.
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, but he is penciler and inker. Colors Matt Hollingsworth, letterer Chris Iliopoulos, and editor Stephen Wacker. There you go, Lilith. Stephen Wacker.
Introduce him to Kelly Puckett.
All right, so a quick synopsis here. Clint Barton's landlord is raising the rents for everyone and preparing to sell the whole building. Clint confronts him, fights him and his men, and eventually buys the building himself.
That is what happens.
I know. I get another quick synopsis. But yeah, kids, for those of you who've only seen the TV series, yes, this is where we first meet the Track Suit Mafia.
And Pizza Dog.
Oh, yes. And the dog, yes.
Yeah.
But not Kate Bishop. Yeah, she'll show up here, but yes.
Yeah, where she was introduced in
Young Avengers,
Young
yeah.
Avengers, right? Yes.
It was like right after Disassembled, yeah, where Clint was like dead. Well, he was dead, but
sort of.
Well, no, he was technically dead, but then after House of M, when Scarlet Witch rewrote reality and she put everything back, it basically like, oh yeah, you're alive again.
Oh, so he wasn't like in some limbo or something
No,
like
he
that?
was dead,
Oh.
dead. I mean, he
Oh.
headbutted an alien spaceship. He was dead. And then,
Oh.
yeah, after House of M, when Scarlet Witch, altered reality and then
Okay.
put it back, he just basically woke up on the street. He's alive.
I see. Okay. I thought that they had to liberate him from limbo or something, but maybe my brain made that up. Yeah.
Or maybe it was a different time. I don't know.
Right. In the 50, 60-year-old history of this character, there's a lot that's happened.
Exactly. Okay, so this one, this one starts with him like falling out of a window.
Yeah.
Then you get the
Yeah.
credits.
I love it.
But yeah, I feel like like the Fabian one we did last time. Well, not so much the Fabian one this time, but like this series where it basically starts. Oh yeah, he's a normal guy, so he gets banged up and stuff because back in the day it's just like, oh yeah, he's that good, he doesn't get hurt. Well, it's like no, he gets hurt.
Right. Yeah, even if he's wearing his costume, that doesn't mean that he's not going to get banged up. Shattered pelvis, 3 broken ribs, neck sprain, cracked fibia, left clavicle, like right on like yeah, I mean this is the type of stuff that would happen to somebody that wasn't wearing Iron Man armor or that didn't have the immortal dexterity of somebody like Thor. Or the super soldier serum like Captain America. Like, yeah, definitely Clint would get banged up. I enjoyed that. When I first read this, I thought, that makes perfect sense that that type of thing would happen to him. Even if he is wearing his costume, because that will only protect you from so much.
Oh yeah, that's a modern comics thing too, because like just getting the realism. Because again, now how many years now it's like, oh yeah, Bruce Wayne takes his shirt off, he's got all those he's all scarred all over his back and stuff. Yeah.
Batman, my favorite character.
Right. And I love the part. It's probably my favorite part in the whole issue, where he just casually kicks the wheelchair into traffic. Like, to go on a little aside here, like I remember one of my favorite and first Hawkeye stories that I remember that it really made me a fan of the character was back in West Coast Avengers. It was their encounter with the Zodiac. And it was a story in which the Zodiac had infiltrated the West Coast Avengers by kidnapping Hawkeye.
Imposter, yeah.
And they had an android version of him, which was called Sagittarius. And it was when I was first, as a kid, when I was reading that, when I was first learning about astrology too. And I read about the sign Sagittarius. And I was like, oh, that's my sign too. And then there was something in there about Clint said to somebody else, how'd you know that I'm a Sagittarius? And so I remember that kind of stuck in my head. I was like, oh, I'm the same zodiac sign as Hawkeye.
Oh, nice.
And but years later, like when I first read this series, like, and knowing a little bit about astrology and the basics of the characteristics of each zodiac sign, like I don't know if Matt Fraction intended for it to take place that way or not, but he definitely symbolized, Hawkeye definitely symbolizes like the stereotypical Sagittarius male in a lot of ways in this series. From kicking the wheelchair into traffic to his whole crusade to help the people in the building and his efforts to save the dog. Frank Sinatra was also a Sagittarius, and there's a very interesting story about him back, I think in the 60s or something, when he was going to some studio for a performance. On the way there, he saw this dog lying in the road that had been hit, and he made the driver stop the car, and he got out and took the dog, and they were late to the studio by I don't know how long, because he rushed this dog to a vet hospital and wanted to make sure it was okay. And I couldn't help but be reminded of that when Clint did the same thing in this issue with the pizza dog. Like he's desperately trying to convince the vet that he doesn't care. Money's not an object. He doesn't care. He just wants to make sure that the dog's okay. And I'm like, that is an absolute, like, 100% dyed-in-the-wool Sagittarius thing to do.
Yes.
So it just tickled me. And reading this again, it's still, that comes through to me, that little piece of it. And I just love it.
Oh, hello, Russell. Russell's in the chat room.
Hi, Russell.
I titled this, My Life is a Weapon, because that's the name of the trade these issues are in. So, of course, Russell had to say, Hawkeye, my weapon, and in my pants.
In my pants.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's naughty.
That's naughty, Russell.
I'm a sucker for a guy with a powerful rod.
Like the Sagittarius, yes. Oh, Russell. Few word combinations elicit a shudder quicker than shattered pelvis.
Absolutely, yeah. That's not something you want to mess with.
No.
Nom 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 nom.
Howdy, y'all.
He's cradling my nuts.
Yeah, you're a doctor and he's putting your pelvis back together.
Yeah.
All right. So
I just love it when Clint throws that duffel bag full of cash on the table. He goes, "I'm here to pay the rent for everybody, for the building." So great.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
really, yeah. The guy really doesn't even want to accept.
Yeah.
I love when he shows up.
Get into a fight.
I love when he shows up to the underground club in his suit and tie. He's just like, oh, it literally is an underground club.
Yeah. And he launches himself into these dudes with no weapons. He's just punching them. He's just, yeah. It's so great. I just love it.
But yeah, I mean, the issue kind of jumps back and forth. But yeah, like him with the dog, and then him fighting the tracksuits and stuff. We see how he meets the dog, but during the fight with the tracksuits.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, the part with the dog is the best, where he turns on the guys in the tracksuits and helps Hawkeye. It's so great.
I love, what is that? Is that at the vet where the tracksuits like track him down and he starts fighting them? And
yes,
he's like, "It's okay, everybody. I'm an Avenger." And the one guy's sitting there holding the cat goes, "Are you like Iron Fist or something?"
Yeah. What kind of Avenger does this? Ivan says. Hold that thought, you tracksuit Dracula, Clint says.
Well, first Clint was going to pay all the rent, but now he's just like, he's like, "I'll buy the whole building." He's like, "You want to sell it? I want to buy it. I'll take care of my people and you get rich." At the end.
And here's a great piece of dialogue too. You asked about the Avengers. You want to know the best part about being an Avenger? Having Captain America around you all the time. The guy just brings out the absolute best in people. You want to be good when he's around. You really do. Ivan, look around you real quick, because right now, Captain America ain't here. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then the vet just telling the dog basically has almost the same injuries Clint had: broken pelvis, broken leg, 2 broken ribs, lost an eye.
Lost an eye. Yeah, poor little guy.
What's his name? And then on the collar it says Arrow. He's like, we'll come up with something better.
Yeah, I love this so much. This is, to me, is like a perfect Hawkeye story.
Yeah, this is good. I like a lot of the panel. Just the how it's all laid out and everything, especially that last page. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. It doesn't really read good on the app, online, on digital. I mean, it's cool if that's the only way that you have to read it, but to me, I much prefer reading it on print. Yeah, it looks a lot better.
Yeah, it's not bad, but paper does it is much better on paper.
You kind of get the desired effect that way. Yeah.
All right, should we get to issue 2? I love this cover.
Yeah.
This is like
me too.
Cover out of these 5.
Yeah. All of these issues had some great covers too.
Once again, it just opens up in the middle of the action. Kate.
Yep. Getting fired upon.
I
Do you
love
have a,
it.
do you have a synopsis for this one? Or
Hold on, let me look. I don't think, but let me double check here. Open. All right, looks like same team, and there is. Yeah, we'll check each time, but yeah, I don't believe there's a synopsis for this one.
Mhm.
Yep. Nope, no
That's
synopsis.
fine.
Yeah,
That's okay.
but I love that newspaper headline in the Bugle. Everything awful. Oh God, somebody do something. Basically, yeah, Kate's over and they're talking. I love his inner monologue. This is Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop took over for me as Hawkeye once upon a time when I was, well, dressing up like a ninja, sort of. The short
This is the
version.
short version. Yeah.
So, she's asking about work and stuff, and he's basically practicing his shooting.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's still getting better too after his injury from the previous issue. He's still got a bunch of bandages all over him.
Yes, I love how she's like, no, the Roman. They say the Roman Emperor Domitian could fire 4 arrows at once between his fingers. Show off.
Show off.
Then he tells her about she sees the pictures of the Vagabond Code, hobo graffiti, old carny thing. Basically, they mark up a town with little signs, let folks coming after us know what's up.
Yeah.
But these ones been
Shady people are warning folks to get out of town if they don't like heat, because after the cops are going to start tearing things up.
So yeah, so next thing, yeah, they're at this fancy event. Oh Lord, base Hayes tower. Yeah, this gun guy's so shady. He don't need sunscreen. She's like, please, Bernie Gunn's an old family friend. He bought me a pony for my 8th birthday. He was a creep even then.
Clint's drinking the coffee right out of the pot. I love it. Yeah, we see a lot of big names at this party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see the Owl, Hammerhead, Tombstone, Ray, Tombstone, Madam Mouse,
Tombstone.
Mr.
Yep.
Wilson Fisk. Yeah.
Yep.
I love how the Owl and Wolverine go to the same barber.
I know. and they have similar claws as well. I think the owl has the 3-prong claw as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's me, your old pal, the owl.
I'm really surprised those two have never once encountered each other and be like, nice haircut.
Yeah, it looks like they're almost looks like they're going to the opera or theater or something. But yeah, it turns out it's the ringmaster.
The ringmaster is giving everybody his hypnotic razzle dazzle.
Yep.
And they're all getting pickpocketed. And we see a new swordsman as well.
Oh yeah, and doesn't Clint say, yeah, I'm trying to remember if this had been mentioned before, but the ringmaster must have been trained by the swordsman also. So
oh, was he? Yeah.
That's what it says here. So yeah, so basically, yeah, Clint and the ringmaster are trained by the swordsman.
Oh, right. Yeah, we share the same mentor.
I just love there. He's like, they're all thieves. They're all
thieves working a very long con.
Yep. Hotel catering to the ultra rich, many of whom are bad guys.
I love this art with the ringmaster and with kind of like the portrayal of his hypnotic effect. It's almost kind of like pulpy, like old like 1930s or 40s style. It's so cool. I just love it.
But yeah, Kate and Clint split up and basically getting their own little fights.
Yep.
Hey,
Be careful. I was born careful. What does that even mean? It means I'm careful.
I love, hey, jerk the Soleil.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some great action in this issue too.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
love
yeah,
how from panel to panel it switches between the two of them.
yeah. I love Kate knocks out hers with the fire extinguisher.
Clint, however, gets overwhelmed and wakes up at the feet of the swordsman. What a disappointment you are, he says. I have to confess, I hoped that you were more than what you are, seeing as how we both learned from the best.
I might have been born in Iowa, but I've been around. That French accent of yours, that's just vaudeville, man. Oh, and then they think it's one of their gang, but yeah, Kate's disguised. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
starts shooting them with arrows and
Yeah. Fifi? Nope. Yeah.
oh yeah, I love the old yeah. Clint's hands are tied, so he puts his hands up and she
Yeah.
frees him with an arrow. Yeah.
So good.
Mm.
And then comes the ringmaster with his men shooting machine guns at them both.
And we see that scene we got in the first page is Clint grabs Kate and they both dive through that window and out into the pool.
Yeah. He goes, ugh, that sucked. After they get out of the pool.
And then Kate put arrows in at least two of the guys' eye sockets.
Yes, it looked like the ringmaster too. She looked like she blinded the ringmaster.
Oh, I see the hat go flying. So yeah, I don't know if he got shot or not, but yeah, because she's like, they're not dead; they're just blinded now for life, probably.
Probably. And then here comes the swordsman.
Oh yeah, people like us, we're supposed to have a code. He's Clint code. All right, let me tell you about my code. Yeah, ricochets that arrow and it hits him in the back, like back in the neck. He'll live, not well, but he'll live.
He'll not well, but he'll live. And he's on the floor going, help.
And of course, this is never good because yeah, as they get away, yeah, you see all this money just floating around, and then you see the Kingpin standing there.
Clint Barton of the Avengers has just robbed us all. Yeah, that's not going to be good for Clint.
Yeah.
He's just made a whole bunch of new enemies.
All right, so this last part kind of confused me because well, Clint's asking Kate, I guess, to be his full-time partner, but and she's like, why me? And at one point he's like, because I don't want to sleep with you, and and then she's kind of thinking, oh, because I want to sleep with you. She's like, dummy. I'm thinking, wait, does she have a crush on him, or is this supposed to be saying she has a crush on him? Because I don't think, besides the fraction stuff, I don't think anyone's ever did that. So
yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to remember.
It was kind of confusing to me too because I didn't actually read this whole series. I missed a handful of issues towards the end, so
I'm trying to.
I haven't read yet.
It's been a while since I read these, so
yeah, it was what 25 issues or something like that.
22,
right?
I think.
22
on the app, so.
I think I read up to maybe 15 or 16, something like that. But anyway, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that part was a little confusing to me too. Yeah.
Yes. Because she says something about Cap and Spider-Man, and then he does the whole thing about it because I don't want to sleep with you, and she goes, "Does this mean you want to sleep with Spider-Man?"
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he has a to-do list up on this board here. So.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Kind of just see Lucky laying on the floor at the end there.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, so thoughts, Justin, or should we get to the next?
Another great issue. Yeah.
Yes.
I love this. This is, like I said, to me, like a perfect Hawkeye right here. And the art is just great. I can't say enough good things about the art. at the time, it seemed like it was different than other art styles that Marvel had for their prominent books. But now, 10 or 11 years later, 10, 11, 12 years later, it seems like this style is a little bit more ubiquitous than it was. It seems to have influenced
Oh yeah.
some of the current artists now. Yeah.
All right, so we have no synopsis for issue 3 either. So,
Okay.
but you could tell. I mean, this issue, I believe, inspired a certain episode of the Hawkeye series. Yes, 'cause
Definitely.
we get the whole car chase scene with the two of them in the car and Clint shooting arrows out of it as they're moving.
Yes. I think in that series, the Disney Plus series, they gave some credit to Matt Fraction.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Some
I'm
of
trying
these
to remember. Did
creators.
he even like consult or do some work on that show? I thought
Maybe, yeah.
I thought they said
Can't
one of
remember.
the creators did. It might have been Fraction. Yeah, I
Would
thought.
make sense. Yeah, it would
Oh,
make
yeah.
sense if you did.
That's why I always say it always surprises me with the live action, like the movies and the TV shows. I'm like, why don't you get a comic book writer in there, especially one who's worked on the character before?
Yeah. At least to
Consult or something.
consult or to be like a script editor or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Go
Yeah.
have them read the script and say, I like this, I don't like this, why don't you do this? Yeah.
Exactly. Just to kind of read the script and take out what doesn't work or doesn't make sense. Yeah.
I'm not saying they have to run the show, but yeah, have them as a voice in that writer's room or something. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so it starts with them basically just going through Clint's arrows.
And I love it too because when they show each individual trick arrow that he has in his inventory, the illustration to me looks like an exact copy from the official handbook of the Marvel Universe
Oh yeah.
entry for Hawkeye's arrows. There was a whole, I think it was even 2 pages of illustrations of Hawkeye's different arrows. And it looked exactly like these from this issue. It tickled me so much.
I love boomerang arrow. It comes back to you in the end. Boomerang, respect it.
Respect it.
Because that joke's gonna come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to jumping around, so we're back at the car chase, and it's like acid arrow, damn it, acid arrow.
Bola arrow.
Yeah, because he was working on labeling these, but he needed tape at the store, so. Well, that's when he sees that 1970s Dodge Challenger.
Yeah. Man, I always wanted one of these, he says.
I'm going to buy it off this redheaded woman.
He must have a thing for redheads because the librarian from the other story she had the exact same tone.
Yes.
Hair color.
Hey, Black Widow.
And Black Widow.
I say Mockingbird doesn't fit the pattern, but the rest of them kind of do.
Well, yeah. I love it. Rocket arrow. So funny.
So yeah, and then she's tied up in the back seat, but then we see, before this car chase, he was gonna buy the car and he slept with the redhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god, and then when the tracksuit comes in, he's still naked.
He's still naked.
I love the little sensor.
Yeah. That made me laugh so hard the first time I saw it.
Like an old school corner box, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like the John Byrne one. Oh, it's so fantastic.
Well, the bad news is the tracksuit Draculas are no longer playing around. The good news is, scratch that. No good news. Everything sucks.
No good news. Everything sucks.
But I love this. Anything is a weapon if you're in deep enough trouble. There's no special training, no special skill. Just the belief that at any time you might have to hurt someone to stay alive. He's like whipping this lamp around.
Yeah. Anything he can grab his hands on, yeah.
So
he's overpowered, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, what kind of animal walks in the room, figures out what they can use to hurt people if they have to hurt? So is he talking about himself? It's just...
Well, I guess, yeah.
Because the tracksuits are just using guns, so is this his thing?
Yeah.
So yeah, I love he calls Kate, and she's just like, "Why do you still have a phone with a cord on the wall? How did you know it was me? Who else would be calling your sad ass?"
What? Lots of people. Captain America one time.
But yeah, he's telling her about how he got knocked out. Think it's this girl. This girl's been kidnapped. We're gonna follow him. But she's like, "How are we gonna find this car in New York City?" And he says, "They're on the West Side Highway heading to Jersey." How the hell do you know that? My stuff is in her car. Basically, a tracker arrow.
The tracker
Or
arrow, yeah. Yep. And Kate shows up in this beautiful purple bug. I love this car.
As he's putting his shirt back on, she's like, "Really? With the abs and the
With the apps and the drive.
yeah, keep your shirt on."
Yeah, it's so good.
So yes, they find them. They ram the car.
It's the same tracksuit guys from the first issue too, with the bros, every other word.
I know. I love they crash the car, and he's like, "Oh man," and Kate, "Oh hey, look, it's a metaphor for your love life."
And Clint says, "Get out of my damn car, ass." He's hauling the tracksuit guy out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sticks one of the tracksuits to the street with a putty arrow. He goes, "Putty arrow, bro."
Yeah.
Nope, sonic arrow. Explosive tip arrow.
Yes.
But yeah, just taking out these cars one by one. Smoke arrow. Rocket arrow.
Cable arrow.
Yep.
He lands the cable arrow into the side of this big looks like a garbage truck or something going next to one of the cars, and it shears the roof right off of it. So good.
Rocket suction tip arrow.
Damn, I love this car.
But basically, yeah, they're down to the last tracksuit, but he has a gun on Clint, and he's putting one to Kate, and so yeah, Clint says, "Loose the arrow." So she fires it in the air, and then the tracksuit's like, "Big mistake, bro. Bro, you make big." And then, but we see it's the boomerang arrow.
It's the boomerang arrow. Yeah.
It's in the back of the neck.
I love it.
See? He's like, boomerang arrow. It comes back to you in the end. So basically, I don't know if this woman this redhead was up to something, but they basically just dropped her at the airport because she still doesn't know what she was. I forget if she comes back later on, but yeah, right now they're like, nah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Because he's like, why on earth would anyone want to kill you?
Yeah, I wonder if she does come back. We'll have to read the rest of this.
So
yeah.
So that's the end of that one.
Yeah, I think this was my favorite out of these first 5 issues because of the chase scene.
Yes.
and using all the different trick arrows, because I love how just how funny it was and how entertaining the whole thing was. Yeah.
In the Hawkeye head.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh yeah, because the next two it's like a 2-parter. This next one.
Yes, and a different artist too. Yeah.
All right, let me see if I have any kind of synopsis. Nope.
No synopses. Okay.
Nope. Oh yeah, the penciler and inker. Yeah, this time it's Javier Pulido. Yeah.
Whose style is kind of similar, but
yeah,
also different. Yeah.
Yeah, the color palette's like all different. Yeah. But yes, this is the 2-part The Tape.
The Tape. Yeah. A secret from Hawkeye's past.
Where Clint and Kate are basically on the roof of the building having a party with the neighbors, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. just drops down and picks them up.
Yeah. And whisks him away.
He's in a meeting with Maria Hill and Captain America.
And they're talking about the tape.
Yep.
Operation Eucrita.
But he's like, you said that couldn't happen. Yeah, but basically, yeah, they didn't want to go digital. So again, it is an actual videotape. So, but it's been stolen, and yeah, the tape's going to go up for auction 72 hours in Madripoor. So yeah, if the tape gets out, it's bad for you, for Shield, the Avengers, the military, and it's personally very bad for the President of the United States. So basically, yeah, Clint has to go back and tell Kate. Yeah, he has to leave for a while. Can't really tell her much. She's like, "Can I have your stuff when you're dead?" He's like, "No, you're rich. Buy your own stuff.
Buy your own stuff." Besides, Shield will probably have to confiscate it for evidence.
But I guess he basically tells her, "Yeah, if I die, you can have the case. I guess the boat case."
Oh, yeah. I think I have quite enough bow cases.
He's like, "What the hell does she mean by that?" I literally had nothing else to think about for the last 30 hours as he gets the Madripoor. So I know Madripoor is fictional, but if it was in the real world, what do you think would be further away, Madripoor or Australia?
Oh, that's a good question. I think Australia would still be further away, yeah. I always imagined Madripoor to be like kind of near Hong Kong area.
I think so. Isn't that kind of where they... I don't know if they've ever come out and said it or if they just hinted, but yeah, isn't it like toward the like towards the Orient, like Asia, and yeah.
But in that hemisphere, like where near the area where Hong Kong is, in that particular region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love
I could be wrong. I mean, it could be
Yeah.
somewhere else entirely, but that's where I always thought it was. Yeah.
I love me sitting in line at the airport and these like guards or whatever like hustle him into this room, and then he comes out himself.
Yeah. Job 1: get the hell out of the airport fast.
But I love the scene after when he's in the cab and then like he falls asleep. The cab driver's trying to steal his wallet. He takes him out, but then someone else reaches through the window, tries to steal the wallet, and
then another guy, and then somebody else.
And then by the time they get to the fourth guy, the guy runs off. He's like, "Man, there's my cash, all my cards, my IDs, my Avengers ID card."
I love the panel of him standing outside the taxi cab with the door wide open and 3 unconscious guys all slumped out of it. He's just like, hell.
He says his passport and the Amex Black are still safe, which you'll find out where, kids. But he figures, this might work. He's like, he pretends to be a cab driver.
Yeah, he's going to do some Moon Knight action. Jake Lockley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, he's just driving people around, having meals with the other cabbies.
Yeah.
But I guess, he finds out that, I guess the auctions is the Madripoor Pearl.
Luxury hotel.
Yes.
With a lot of big movers and shakers from the underworld.
Yes, he basically gets there, but then they kind of black bag him, and oh, look who it is! It's Madame Mask.
Madame Mask. I love this one. When he's kind of seeing stars and the dude is talking to him, it says in parentheses, roar of blood and head transmutes to smudgy backwards talking in a cup or something. I don't know.
It's basically what he'd hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they knock him out again.
It's so good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then the whole thing with Madame Mask, and she's like, I can just kill you now and short circuit everyone's problem. Whoever ends up with the tape's going to make billions. And Avengers committing assassination? I should be able to bid just like any other people. Like you people. She's like, you people. Actually, I haven't seen this all-access money pass you claim. He's like, yeah, I hit it. She's like, where?
Where do you think?
You must be joking.
You must be joking.
Because you just kind of get she's like, where are you? She's She's reaching down. Cold. What is that? Leather, pleather, vinyl?
Lady, are you checking me for tumors or? And she says, "I assure you, this is as unpleasant for me as." And she found it.
Oh, that's naughty.
Uh,
Ooh, let me grab a handful of this.
and if that's too subtle for you kids,
He's cradling my nuts.
Yeah.
Squish is a squishy.
but yeah, so she grabs his card and then she says, take him to his room for the night, no one in or out. He's like, no hitting, and have this disinfectant.
Yeah.
So yeah, they throw him in a room still tied to a chair. I guess he falls asleep.
I need the bathroom. I want water. You jerks beat the crap out of me. How do I get a sandwich in this third world hellhole hovel slum of it? And then he's asleep.
Then we see ninjas showing up.
Yes.
So yeah, we see the Madam Mask at the auction. Oh, Kingpin again.
Mm-hmm. The Crimson Cowl.
Yep.
Madam Hydra. Looks like the Mandarin.
AIM, Hydra, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of interested parties. I don't know who the Agency Byzantine.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to remember if that was like a newer one or at the time. Oh, the Magia. Oh, yeah, the Magia. Remember, it's not the Mafia.
Is that Silvermane or is it
I don't know. I don't know if it's just a random Magia guy. I don't know.
some random dude? Yeah.
And then they say our friend from China. Is that supposed to be the Mandarin or is that someone else?
Well, that's what I thought. I thought it might have been the Mandarin, but I 2012. I'm not sure where he was doing or what he was doing then, but
it's just an Asian guy in like a suit and tie. So yeah, I don't know.
maybe he's just a representative of.
Unless the fraction was going to make that the Mandarin or something, and someone was like, no, he's dead or something. So they're just all of a sudden just change it to our friend from China or whatever.
Yeah, some guy from the Hand.
Yeah,
and then the Crimson Cowl.
Yes. But I love they're all throwing up 1 million, 2 million, and get the Madam Mask 1 billion.
1 billion. Yep.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
How about news?
Zip it.
And Kingpin is not happy.
Oh yeah, nah.
He is not pleased. That man is angry.
1 billion euros, yes.
Went stomping away.
Enjoy, ma'am, and may God have mercy on Clint Barton, so I suspect you won't. But Madam Mask, says she wants to be alone, and then in her room, and then once the door closes, we see it's not Madam Mask, it's Kate in disguise.
Yes, and she has the real Madam Mask all tied up in the corner.
That's right. I mean, in her underwear and her fishnet stockings. Like, damn,
but still with her mask on.
Yes, but still with her mask on. I was gonna say, what is this, a Hawkeye issue or Ray's Fantasies? What the heck?
Gotta love those fishnets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then we see TBC to be continued.
Yes. Yeah. Clint Barton, what kind of hell have you gotten us into? Kate says.
So Kate figured it out, and I guess got there before he did.
Yeah. Yeah, the first time I heard this, I love that. That's a great little surprise there because I wasn't expecting it.
Oh yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
All right. Again, of course, no synopsis for the last one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right. All right. Should we get to the last one?
Yes.
All right. So yeah, number 5.
Taking place with some more action right off the bat.
Oh yeah, he's going out a window this time, tied to a chair.
Yeah.
Because we see ninjas were attacking, and it's like, this is bad. But then we see Kate's watching the tape of him the assassination. Wait a minute. So look. I mean, on this tape for the assassination, it looks like he's putting 2 arrows through the guy's eye. I'm like, didn't Kate just do this 2 issues back? I mean,
Right,
she
and
said
just
she's gonna kill
blinded
him, but
them.
yeah.
Yeah. But I guess it had already been discussed that this was
Yeah.
an actual assassination and that this guy did die. His name was Du K Fang.
Mm-hmm. But then, it seems Kate gets found out by Madame Mask people.
Yeah.
And then as Clint's falling, he gets caught on an extra long sky cycle by Maria Hill.
Yeah. That was lucky that she just happened to be in the neighborhood at the time.
Mm. I love he's like thinking this is bad and you're a dummy. This is what you get for trying to help people. So note to self then for the next life, screw everybody. Who am I fooling? And then he tries to save one of the ninjas attacking him, and the ninja's like, no. Never.
My code will not allow it. Then we get a great piece of dialogue here back with Madame Mask and Kate.
Yes.
Yeah. Madame Mask is not happy at all about the way that Kate took on her identity for this evening.
No, she told her how she quit smoking, but she's gonna like light up a whole pack and put out each one on her pretty little face.
On her pretty little face. I was like, oh damn. Yikes.
You have no idea the pain you are owed before I kill you, little girl.
Yeah, and then they go back to the party and schmooze with all these supervillains. But then Kate looks up and says, my ride's here.
Oh, yeah, because Clint fires an arrow at the window, just goes boom.
Boom. That's an explosive tip arrow. Or no, that's a sonic one. Yeah.
I think, because it hits the window shatters with that sound.
Yes.
Glass.
Yeah. And she says, God, that was loud. But I love this part too, Phil. Clint leaps through the window and forgets that he lost a shoe during his battle with the ninjas a few moments beforehand. And he lands on all this broken glass and cuts his foot open.
Ow, foot, ow.
Yeah. Which again, going back to the astrological theme of Clint being a Sagittarius, again, that's perfect Sagittarius thing for a dude to jump through a window and then land right on a piece of glass. It's so funny.
So yeah, so they kick down the doors and run out of this ballroom or whatever.
Yeah, with all these ninjas and Hydra mercenaries and AIM guys.
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of throwing stars whizzing past. He's like, "Where's the tape?" And she's like, "Oh no, I think it's right where I left it. Looks like it's still sticking out of the VCR or whatever she was watching it on."
Mm-hmm.
But they turn around and start beating on AIM and Hydra and ninjas.
Clint says, boy, we sure do ruin some hotels, don't we?
I love how he's like, wait a minute, that was you as Madam Mask that dug around for my credit card?
There's things I can't unfeel ever, too, Clint. Today has sucked 10 ways to Tuesday, trust me.
And then Mask doesn't want to let him go. She's,
oh yeah, you and I have a date with a package of Tanes, she says. She just lit off some shots with her handgun, but it's not successful.
Yeah, Clint gets shot, but he's wearing a vest.
Yeah.
Next, when he wakes up, he feels like, I don't feel like I get hit by a truck. And Maria Hill's like, shot in the chest, point blank, vest or not, that's gonna bruise. And Fury's like, yeah, cracked a few ribs, bruised your liver.
You hit your head pretty hard too.
Yeah. I was gonna say, damn, a bruised liver.
Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done. Murder, I'll tell you that. He's getting buttered. That ain't my business. Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns and penises.
But Clint's like, we won, right? Everything turned out okay. And they're like, yeah, the leak was found. They found the leak that, whatever agent let that leak out. Because they say, yeah, they put out 3 tapes, like 3 fake tape, 3 decoy tapes to see who was the leak. Because they're like, one had Captain America, one had Wolverine, and the other one was Hawkeye. So
It was actually Navy SEALs that killed Du K Fang. And this was a whole kind of inside operation to try to flush out some double agents. Yeah.
So, I mean, Captain America and Hawkeye would have been one thing, but if it would have leaked out that Wolverine killed someone, wouldn't everyone would have been like, yeah, it's a Wednesday?
Right. Like, yeah, what's your point here? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and water's wet. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it wouldn't come back on any United States government official, right? Couldn't they have been like, oh, yeah, he's a mutant and Canadian? Okay.
Right, yeah. He does whatever he wants, and he's the best there is at what he does.
Exactly. 'Cause I was going to say, I don't think Wolverine's ever been like a card-carrying member of any like government, like United States government
agent.
No.
I mean, the whole Weapon X stuff, like that Department H stuff, I guess is the closest you could come to that. But
that was so top secret.
Yeah, and you wouldn't exactly call him like a willing participant in any of that stuff.
Wouldn't half the public in the Marvel Universe just be like, oh, wait, who's that hairy little guy?
Right.
I mean, everyone's going to recognize Captain America, but I'm just like,
yeah,
Wolverine is like,
yeah. You could have had him as his patch persona. It would have been perfect.
Yeah. I love Kate. She's like, all this was theater? People could have gotten killed. We could have gotten killed. Clint's like, they asked. I said yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guys that actually did this, they're doing what they think is right. They didn't sign up to get their families and friends killed as retribution. And they say they wanted to help. Seemed like the right thing to do. You're okay, Martin. Did anybody ever tell you that? As far as people go, you're okay. As that giant helicarrier floats over Manhattan.
Yeah. Nothing to see here, folks. Just another day.
I mean, I don't know. That make me kind of nervous. It's like this huge piece of government issue equipment's hovering over the city. I hope none of the engines go out.
Yeah, right. Or one of the weapons doesn't accidentally misfire right into the direction of the city.
Because as we know, government equipment will never fail, right?
Oh, no. Not a chance of that happening. You kidding?
I mean, I guess in Marvel Universe, it's just like, it's either Stark Tech or, something.
Yeah. Something along those lines, yeah.
All right.
Or
so
Hammer Tech.
All right. So what you think, Justin? It's been a few years since I read this.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah. The art is I know actually who the art reminds me of. It reminds me of Darwin Cook's art a little bit.
Yes.
In these 2 issues, and I really enjoy his stuff. So that to me that made me happy. I kept thinking, I was like, who does this artist remind me of? And he's a little bit different than Aja from the first 3 issues, but I really enjoy it. I think it works for Hawkeye and for this type of story too. The type of story that they were telling in the setting of Madripoor, with the underworld and all these ninjas and villains gathered for this auction. Yeah, great story and a nice little twist at the end because I wasn't expecting that. I was like, cool. Oh wow, this was like an inside operation the whole time.
Exactly. It was Kate was undercover. Then Shield had this whole thing with decoy tapes. Yeah.
There were a couple of different twists that surprised me. And I love that. I always love that when a comic book story surprises me after all these years of reading them. It makes me happy every time. Yeah.
All right. So anything else to wrap up our Hawkeye
What do you think was your favorite out of
Hmm.
the ones that we covered for this
You mean
month?
all through?
For the Hawkeye one, the Hawkeye stories.
It's kind of hard because they're all so good. I mean, I always have a
Mhm.
soft spot for Grunwald, but I mean that Fabian stuff was good. And again, I mean, of course, this stuff is good. Everyone, it always receives praise, which it deserves. Oh my god, this is
Definitely.
just
Yeah.
hard to. What do you? What's your favorite?
I think this one is my favorite by
Mm,
by a slim margin over the others. Um, just because I think that Matt Fraction kind of gets the voice of Clint, like his characterization, the best. Um, in a modern setting,
mm.
I think as far as if you're going back 40 years,
Oh yeah, yeah.
there's a couple of other writers that also have a great grasp, like Steve Englehart
Mhm.
in the West Coast Avengers, and Mark Grunwald in the miniseries that we
Yes.
that we reviewed in the other episode there. But also Fabian. Fabian gets his voice as a character down
Oh yeah, it's so
very
good
well.
because I can see Fabian's Hawkeye being Matt Fraction's Hawkeye. So
Totally.
yeah,
And they were only, like, as we said, about 9 years apart. So yeah, it it's a nice consistency to the character that I like. Because
Mhm.
plenty of times you've seen plenty of characters that have had different series written by different people, and the characterizations haven't been as consistent.
Yeah.
And that's always irritating. So it's great that you have this character who is a very consistent kind of like Marvel mainstay
Yes.
and has been for the better part of 60 years. It's nice that you have that consistency with this character that's been around for all these years. I really enjoy
Yeah.
that.
And that's how good these other stories are because usually, if it's a choice between a Grunwald and something else, I'm like, oh yeah, it's Grunwald. But I mean, that I
Mm.
can't just out loud say, oh, it's Grunwald. That's how good the Fabian run was and the
Yeah.
Matt Fraction stuff is. So yeah, so
Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
I mean,
he knows that we're big fans of Mark Grunwald,
yeah.
so
Oh,
for it to be a challenging choice, yeah, that's saying something.
there wasn't a clunker in these 3 weeks. This was all
Right. Some
quality
good stuff.
storytelling. Yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
not just the writing, but the art on all
The
these. I
art
mean,
too,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. I'd forgotten how good the art was in, the Mark Grunwald series that he did the artwork
yeah, I
himself.
forgot that. Yeah, he
Yeah.
actually did art. Yeah,
Yeah. We give so much praise to his great writing that we forget about his art sometimes, yeah.
exactly.
So good. Yeah, all three of these Hawkeye stories were top-notch stuff, and I would recommend any one of them to
Yes.
even a casual fan of Hawkeye because they're all great, and they all give great different dimensions of the character at different parts of his life.
Heck yeah. All right. So yes, three great episodes. Again, I mean, we're gonna have two more for this month.
Mm,
Yes, we're gonna do the Raw 2 weeks of Rom
yes.
in honor of
Uh,
that Romnibus coming out. Yes,
Yeah, the Romnibus in about a week or two should be in our hands, I think, as we're recording this episode now.
I think so. Yeah, but yeah, so we haven't read it yet, kids. So right now the plan is to do the first 4 issues and then 5, 6, 7, and 8 the second episode. But yeah,
Mhm.
we'll see how it reads. But yeah, that's right now. That's the plan.
I because I have all those issues in floppy, and
Mm.
I read them not too long ago. It was maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and if I remember right, a lot of them are self-contained stories that have running, a subplot that runs through all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say from that era, I could see that being the case. A lot of
Mhm.
self-contained stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but
Uh,
we'll have a lot of fun with that. Yeah, I can't wait for you to read this classic stuff.
I
Yeah,
can't wait. Yeah.
yeah.
It's saying it releases on the 23rd, I think. So yeah. So if it's not here that day,
Okay.
it'll probably be here a day or two after. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
so the week after next. Man, I want to read
Very
already.
cool. I'm excited.
I know, me
can't
too.
wait. Which cover are you getting? There's like 5 different covers to choose from. Did you choose a particular one?
I'll have to check because my wife pre-ordered it for me for Christmas. So
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah,
right. That was
it
a
might
Christmas gift. Yeah.
it might end up being the Frank Miller, but I don't know. But
That's a great cover, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I may receive the Frank Miller.
Your mother's a whore.
I may be pleasantly surprised with the Perez, but I'm probably just gonna open the box, and
Your mother's a whore.
if it is that Frank Miller, that's what I'm gonna hear in my head. I'm gonna open the package, and be like, what cover? Oh, the Frank Miller.
Your mother's a whore.
Well, better to hear that than hear.
Your mother's a whore.
That would be for the alternate Frank Miller cover. There's going to be two of them.
Current stuff, yeah. Yeah, it might just be the Frank Miller. I'm probably just going to be all mopey, like,
I don't get variant covers.
Well, I do. And I'm getting the George Perez one. The minute I saw that, I was like, oh, I need that. I need that beauty.
All right, kids. So, yes. So, send us your thoughts on all the Hawkeye we've done, the upcoming ROM stuff. We've got a lot of good 90s stuff coming for in April in honor of my birthday.
That's right.
Got some good stuff. Oh, wait a minute. The first week of April, we're doing the Quasar episode.
Quasar, yes. With possible guest Will, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
possibly.
Oh, yeah. Cosmos and Collision is his favorite. Not only Quasar story, but like he thinks that's
one of his favorite stories. Period.
Cosmic. Yeah. And but you know what episode that's going to be? 69.
Oh. Oh my!
They don't force her into here. Yeah.
Oh, we haven't had Lilith on Marvel Tales yet. No.
Oh, episode 69.
Oh, I think that's a perfect opportunity.
Oh man. The big anniversary 69th episode of Marvel Tales.
The milestone. Double sized.
I don't know. I think for the double sized 69th episode will be
double biscuits for me.
Oh. Yeah. All right, kids. So, send us all your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon. Again, you're going to be shocked when you hear this. Again, it's getting more uncensored, more crazy over there, more
vicious and brutal than ever.
Especially that Lilith Hellfire.
Yes. Join me in the Patreon Elite to get all of the bonus episodes, all of the uncensored Lilith Hellfire you could ever want. And you get access to all the old stuff, like the worst superhero movie brackets.
And if you want the the slightest taste of what you might get on the Patreon, listen to Salty and Petty episode 50.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're telling me about that. Yes.
There was some language flying, 50 hot takes. Noel Tate was in the chat room. It was the scene.
Some more uncensored Lilith Hellfire.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sometimes you hear censored Lilith Hellfire, you think it's uncensored Lilith Hellfire.
What about anyway? What about anyway? Lubricated eels are the best. I wonder if my wrist is ready for that.
Is that a sentient tongue?
Is it a sentient tongue?
Oh man. See? I don't know if this is uncensored or not.
It's ting ting tingalid, ting ting tingalid. It's in his prison purse. Not the face. He hit him right in the face with that sack.
I still think you need a drop of Lilith saying, Bruce Wayne is a pillow princess.
Yes.
It's wintering time. Seaman! Choke that chicken! In your booty.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Keep it simple, stupid.
All right. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I hope these 3 episodes have hit the target for you.
Yes. Hit the Hawkeye.
Next episode, next 2 episodes, ROM.
Yes. Join us for the saga of the Space Knight.
Classic Marvel ROM, kids.
Yeah.
Again, go out and get your omnibuses and prepare.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, and then March, we're doing a whole bunch of Wolverine, kids. So.
Yeah. In honor of Logan's 50th birthday.
Yeah. All right, kids, don't break your pelvis on the way out.